Hello everybody, and welcome back to the 5th episode of our Create Mod Hardcore series, and this episode is going to be big. Last episode, we upgraded our cabin to a large, huge castle, and that's going to help store a bunch of new materials for this episode. This episode, we are planning on beating the Ender Dragon and making a huge mob farm for mainly gunpowder and bones, so let's hop in the nether and get some blaze rods. But before we do that, I'm going to actually move the blaze spawner over from the nether to our base by picking it up. And to pick it up, we're going to be using minecarts, so let's craft a cart assembler, and the rest of the things we'll need are pretty simple items. Now that we have everything, let's travel to the nearby nether fortress that Bear found for us while exploring. We will just follow him to the fortress and get our spawner there. And now that I've made it, I can finally grab this spawner. Okay, this took a little bit to find, but now we can just take this spawner home with us. So if I just put the assembler underneath and the cart on it, then grab my lever out and flick it, it should... Yes! Nice, it stopped. Now I can just smack it and take it up with me and bring it home. I am going to move the spawner down in this little hole I dug for the time being. And if I place this cart on top, the blazes will start spawning again and I can kill them for rods. Now we'll just be farming here for a while to get all the rods we need to beat the game with. And now that I have all of them, I just need to kill some endermen for pearls, and that's it. Little did I know that it took hours upon hours to kill all of these endermen for pearls, and it was not fun. This made my armor get super damaged, and I had to use the rest of my diamonds to heal it up with the anvil. And after making the rest of the pearls, we were all set to go beat the Ender Dragon. So after making some fireworks, we headed out to the stronghold. After mining into the portal room, we were ready, and all that we needed to do was mine out and kill the dragon. And after finally beating him, it was straight to the outer end islands to find an end city to get us that sweet elytra. Whoa, holy smokes, that was close. And after pearling to the end islands, it was time to search for end cities. We are not having any luck finding an end city, and camps had to go, so it turned into a two-man mission, and after exploring for another 30 minutes, we finally found an end city, but it didn't have a ship. So after looting it up, we went back out exploring for another 30 minutes before finding the perfect end city. This thing had tons of loot, and I had to use the ender chest there just to store all of it. This was probably the largest end city I've ever explored based on how much loot I got here. And after swimming through a close end gateway, I was back home and ready to begin this giant mob farm. But first, I had to upgrade and repair all of my diamond gear with this end game overpowered loot and all the levels I got after killing the dragon. I also applied the new trim I got with the rest of my armor pieces and made some shulker boxes to collect materials for the mob farm. Alright, we are going to be mainly using all of our excess dirt for this project, and I hope this is enough. We are also going to make some funnels for the collection system, and using our dried kelp we should be fine, and 25 is all we need for this. We are also going to need 25 chests for this as well, some slabs, and windmill sails are going to be powering this automatic farm, so we will make a lot of those. And it looks like we have just about everything, so let's head out to the ocean to build this thing. Now that I made it, I can begin on the farm. I'll start with making a little platform at the bottom, and the collection system is going to be accessible from down here. The funnels will go on top as they work better than hoppers, and I can turn these chests into item vaults when storage becomes a problem. Next, I'm going to start working on the walls of this giant fall pit and go up about 30-ish blocks high to ensure everything dies. And now that we are at the top, I've used almost all of my dirt, so we are going to go back and collect more building blocks. Thankfully, we can just turn this iron farm into a cobblestone generator and get infinite cobblestone that way, and hopefully I'll fill up a whole shulker in no time. Alright, I might have been AFK for a little bit too long, but this is way more than enough cobble to finish the mob farm. First, we are going to extend this platform out a bunch to push the mobs down the hole, and we are going to make this a giant square area for this. Next up, we are going to place signs all around the hole to prevent the water from coming through. We're going to raise it up a block and extend out a little bit more on each side so it catches every mob 100% of the time, and this is going to extend out everywhere. Now slabs on the edges so no water spills off the side, and now that that's done, we can finally fill up this area with water. Now everything is completely filled up and we are about 50% done with the farm already. Next up is the spawning platform for the mobs, so let's build up a few blocks and make a little area. Now we just gotta extend this out, and now to make a diamond shape for the mobs to spawn and get hit off of. This is the first spawning platform complete. Now to automate it. We're gonna start by digging a 1 block wide hole on this side, and a 2 block wide hole on this side for spiders and mobs to fall through. Now to automate this thing, we are going to be using windmill sails to push the mobs down these holes. Now I'll super glue this all together, and that is the first platform 100% complete. And now it's time to build a lot more to maximize these rates. This height should be pretty good. Let's get to building. Now that all of the layers are done, we just need to make a few more things, starting with a roof to make the whole farm dark so it will work at any time of day. We will use the same diamond pattern as the rest of the farm to keep it simple. Some of the edges are connected, now we just have to fill it all in. The entire farm is complete, and all we have to do now is make an AFK platform. After crafting the rest of my deep slate slabs into tiles, I built up a bit and made a little box to AFK the farm with to test to see if it works. Let's start up the farm to get it spinning, then I'll fly up to the AFK platform and AFK for 10 minutes and see what loot we get. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes, let's check the chest down at the bottom. And this is crazy, in 10 minutes I've got so much loot. Holy crap, I'll never need gunpowder again. And that's going to be the end of today's video. If y'all did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.